This is Talk to Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Talk to Tongie. We're gonna do life together. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. Welcome to another edition of Talk to Tongie. And you know how we do it, right? I'm your girl, Tongie, your friend, and I am so excited to be in your bedroom, in your boudoir, wherever you may be watching this show. We're broadcasting from the beautiful country of St. Lucia. We're located right here in the Caribbean, and I get to go around to different areas of the country and speak with people who are doing things in the marketplace. People who have said, you know what, I am going to go for it. I'm going to launch myself in the deep. I will not quit until I accomplish my goal. And that's what's so fascinating about you, us, being here. You get to live out your life in paradise, I like to call it. Coming up on the show tonight is someone that I have so much respect for. I have a lot of respect for him because he is a mover and a shaker in the community, in this marketplace, and he just will not stop until he do exactly what he says he's going to do. No matter how many trials, no matter how many tribulations, this man gets up, rolls up his sleeves and says, you know what? It ain't over till I win. So you're going to be in for a treat this evening, right? Now, you know how we do it. On all social media platforms, you can find me at Talk to Tongie. That's Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And I do a little something on TikTok. And for all of those who've been supporting this show from day one, you know, people like Christine Keelan and Wanda Turner, and just so many other folks. And I'm going to get in trouble if I try to name you all. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really are making my dreams come true. You really, really are. Now, we're going to take a break. But right after this break, we're going to be sitting and gleaning from this gentleman. You probably know him already. Yeah, you like that suspense, huh? But you got to stay tuned because we'll be right back with him. This is Talk to Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Talk to Tongie. We're going to do life together. Who wouldn't want to give to such an amazing cause as this? You know, maybe I've done a poor job in marketing, or maybe you really didn't get the intent of my heart, but this is my happy place. It really is. So if you're watching, it's not by coincidence. www.drtongieshow.com has a link to my GoFundMe campaign. I need your help. We need your help. All right? Make it happen. This is Talk to Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Talk to Tongie. We're going to do life together. So we say thank you. We shabak you right now. Father, I lift this, your servant, your son up. I ask God that his latter days, according to your word, be better than his beginning. Yes, Daddy, there's been a setback, but you, God, know all. Now, Daddy, do what you do. Allow your ministering angels to come forth right now and bless. In Jesus' name, we thank you that it's done. He shall not lack for anything. He shall not lack for anything. In the name of Jesus, amen. Oh, sugar, that's what I do. Can I? Thank you, baby. Thank you so very much. To God be the glory. This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're going to do life together. And we are back yet again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm your friend Tongie. You know, on this show, I'm friend, right? Of course. What do you do when trials and tribulations look like they're going to overtake you and stop you in your tracks? What do you do when you've tried and tried and tried and fallen and tried again and said, you know what? I got to go for what I know and what I don't know. What do you do when you have a dream and you're not afraid to go for it? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You launch yourself in the deep. You roll up your sleeves and you say, I got this. Yeah. And then you ask others to come on and support me. And that's just what our guest for tonight has done. I met him maybe earlier this year, maybe last year. Cannot remember, but I met his soul before I met him. And it's remarkable to see people like this gentleman who is just, man, he's a go-getter. I'm telling you, he really is. So without further ado, let's welcome to the Dr. Tongie show, my guy, Sky.
Yes, I.
Marvin Lubin.
Lubin.
Lubin. I got it right.
Lubin. Yes,
Almost.
Yes,
Thank you so very much,
yes,
sir,
no
for saying you're going to come aboard this show.
Yes, I give thanks.
All right, man. I've got this proverbial question that I ask everybody. How did you get here? Now, some people say by water taxi. Some say by car or automobile or plane, but how did you get here?
Well, to tell you the truth, I got here because it just seems like an unfolding of just different events in my life. I hadn't foreseen that I'd be in this position per se.
Yeah.
But it just unfolded like that for me. I never dreamed or thought of I'd be in a situation where I'd be catering and doing food for tourists and locals and stuff like that. So here we are.
Yeah.
You know, I know this is the Most High.
All right now.
That moves and shakes all things. So I could say it's the Most High.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, and I hate to assume, but you were just going about your life. You never thought about launching your own business, or what's the why behind what you do?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, you know, like I said, this was not my original intent on doing this kind of business.
If you don't mind me asking?
Well, originally I used to travel a lot. You know, to England, to the USA. I've been in school in the US already. You know, I had my jobs.
Yeah.
Or what have you.
Yeah.
But they were never my own businesses. You know what I'm saying? I always used to work for somebody else or another company, what have you. So came back to St. Lucia maybe in about 2014, 15.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is an area I frequent a lot.
Okay.
In Rodney Bay right now, you know,
For sure.
Rodney Beach. I frequent here often. Everybody around here knows me.
Yeah.
People in grocery, casheries, everybody knows me. Oh, not everybody, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Those that need to know.
those that need to know me. I've been around, you know. But through being around this area frequently,
Okay.
there were people who were already in this business before me.
Ah.
Okay, but it looked like they were kind of, I don't know if they were tired of it or they had other plans to move on.
For sure.
So something just asked me, yo, so and so, what's going on? What's going on with the business there?
Yeah.
And she says like to me, well, we're trying to transition to something else, you know, maybe you want to have a go at it. And I was
Oh,
like,
come on.
yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll try my hand at it,
For sure.
you know.
Wow.
She was kind of surprised and stuff, but apparently they had do some vetting, they'd done some vetting,
Gotcha.
you know, because I guess they don't want just anybody to.
For sure, absolutely.
So I'm in here now.
Yeah.
Doing my deeds, thing, my paperwork with the people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we waiting for the next tourist season,
Okay.
which was in 2018.
Okay.
The cruise ship season.
Ah.
Okay, starts in November.
Gotcha.
So I got all that accomplished by September.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so October to November, I had time to set up my tents.
Yep.
Um, My drinks, what have you.
Yeah.
But obviously, I need a team also. It cannot just be me only.
See, I'm so glad
know.
you said that, because oftentimes we as entrepreneurs, right, or dreamers think that, oh, we can do it and then we'll we'll ask for help later. Did you start out with a team or was it just you?
I started out with a team because I already envisioned the plan I actually had,
Yeah.
and see how it would unfold in the near future.
Yeah.
A team would be needed.
A team would be
Yeah,
needed.
yeah, no doubt about that. The idea was too grand,
Yeah.
so to speak,
Yeah.
for me to accomplish it
Oh,
alone.
absolutely.
You know, and with more people,
Yep.
more things could be accomplished.
Absolutely.
Easier.
Absolutely.
You know, and with much more accomplishments, I suppose. you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me about the name Golden Dove. Now there's there's definitely something to that name. You just didn't think of the name, yeah?
I just didn't think of the name. You're right about that, Miss Tongie. I tell you what, the name, a few people asked me that already.
Really?
I never really answered, like, truthfully.
I got you,
know.
man.
But I'm a spiritual person.
Uh-huh. I
You
know.
that's number one.
Yeah.
That name derived from a spiritual space,
Yeah.
so to speak. Okay? Now, in this environment, there are a lot of doves.
All right.
There are lots of doves.
Okay.
And before, they used to be all around us, you know,
Yeah.
pecking at whatever it is they're pecking at, and you know, they're having their feasts and what have you.
For sure.
And I just thought that, you know, that would be a good
name.
totem,
Ah.
a good totem animal for the
Like
the
that.
business, you know.
Absolutely.
But golden, obviously, you try to choose the highest
Come
element,
on. Come on.
you know, that's available.
For sure.
So, the golden dove.
I love it.
You
I
know?
absolutely love
Yeah.
it. What is a day-to-day like for you, Sky? I mean, I don't know what you see, but I'm looking at a piece of heaven right here on earth.
Indeed.
So what is
Indeed.
the day-to-day like for you?
Okay, day to day, I wake up like about 4:30, do my preparations, get here till about maybe 5:30, set up my tents, clean
Yeah.
out the shop,
Yeah.
you know, get everything fired up, get the drinks in and what have you. By about 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's ready for whatever business incoming.
Wow.
And waiting for my other brethren who work with me
For sure.
to show up and accomplish our tasks. And our main target, like I said, the cruise ship guests.
Okay.
Cruise ship guests, which
Okay.
starts from November to maybe about end of May.
Okay.
Okay, April, May. So we're almost at the end of the cruise ship season right
Gotcha.
now. So
Okay.
I have a bustling business between these times.
Really?
But after that time, we have to have our wits about us and formulate other plans and activities where we can stay open,
For
basically,
sure,
and get paid and
Sure,
stuff like that.
absolutely. Now, you've got a really special menu. I've been privy to order from this menu,
yes,
and the food is absolutely delicious, by the way.
Yes,
it is. Who
thanks.
came up with that menu?
Who came up with the menu?
Yeah.
I would attribute the menu to my starboy chef, Mike. I would.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just the business behind the whole. I'm just the business mind behind the whole thing.
Gotcha.
He's an actual chef.
Really
He's
now?
a young boy.
Yeah.
He's a young man. Sorry.
Young man,
Sorry,
yeah.
Mike. He's a young man. Okay. He knows his stuff.
Wow.
He's a qualified chef.
Uh-huh.
He puts in work. He does his due diligence.
Yeah.
From the time we started, he's been with us.
Oh, wow.
Us meaning just me and him anyway. So,
Come on.
it's not like there's a company as such.
I
It's just
gotcha.
me and him
Yeah.
and a couple other guys.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about the food,
Yes.
is he the one who actually has the culinary skills
Come on.
to produce what you enjoyed the other night?
Is that right?
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just there facilitating
Yeah.
this, that, and the other, basically.
Yeah. So when someone can capture your vision, and vision is so important for people
Yeah.
that are launching themselves in the deep, you gotta know where you're going, right? How important was it for Mike and others to line up with your vision of what Golden Dove should be for the community?
Well, it was quite easy for Mike, my other brethren, Moses,
Yeah.
and Spencer also. Big up
Okay.
to the both of y'all. I have much love for the
Absolutely.
three of y'all. Y'all know yourself already. Okay. All three of them have the same vision, or they adhere and they see what I see.
Good.
If anything, they add to the vision that I already had. And so I cannot say it's me alone
Yeah.
who grew the little business into what we have, whatever it is we do have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
We just privy to be in a very nice spot, which is Raidry Beach,
Yeah.
close to Bay Gardens, water sports. Oh yes, and big up Bay Gardens also for giving us the spot
How about that?
where we do our operations and things. Big up to yourself.
Wow.
We appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to just run through that, right?
Yeah.
For you to have attracted someone, that brand name like Bay Gardens, was it something that you maybe aspired to do, or what was the attraction?
Well, originally we were just operating a few yards over there under
Okay.
tents, just like the canopies we have here
For
right
sure.
now. Okay, it was two of them, and we operated under that. Obviously, there's no electricity, there's no water at the
Yeah.
time. But then I approached Bay Gardens and I asked them, well,
No way.
there's this other room there. Can I have, the space? And they just said, yeah, go ahead. That's a very good idea, because they know I was
come
in the
on.
corner there already for a while.
Yeah. You
know?
got some nerves going up and asking for what you want.
Well, it was just an idea, and it was after COVID.
Oh,
It was just after COVID. So from 2018 to 2020,
Yeah.
we were under the tents, but then we spent a whole 3 years hiatus during the COVID. And so I had to kind of think of a new
Absolutely.
way of doing things, which I very much appreciate Bay Gardens for giving us the
Absolutely,
opportunity to do
sir.
that.
You said something that just resonates. With COVID, life just kind of stopped, for a lot of
that's right,
folk.
that's
Things
right.
just came to a screeching halt. During those times, you've already kind of established yourself, a few meters away, and now COVID. How do you move from, or how did you move from where you were with that instance, getting to now, moving away from that, but now?
Well, like I said again, the only big transition was Bay Gardens giving us the go-ahead to get the space.
Yeah.
So then now we have water, we have electricity, we can
come
input in
on.
appliances,
Yes.
we have space, we can be bigger and better at what we were already doing.
That's all right, man.
You know, so Bay Gardens just help us expand our aura, so to speak.
I love it.
You know, and now we're here talking to
How about
Dr. Tongie. You know? Yeah.
I am so
It's just
amazed,
so everything
man.
just happens so
It does.
organic.
It just
Yeah.
really does,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
like it's divinely planned, you know?
You could say that. You could say that.
Absolutely. Wow. I am truly grateful that one, you didn't quit, yeah, and then
Yes,
two, you are a testimony to anyone who may be watching and thinking nobody's going to help me. You know, why should I have to go out and ask for help? They see me needing help. Why don't they just do it? What's your philosophy on asking for what you want?
Well, what you just said there, I'm kind of like that person. I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
So I'll always be like, yeah, you see me needing this and that, you know.
Right.
But it comes to a point where you know, there goes the saying, no man is an island.
Come on, man.
You
Come
know?
on.
So
Yes.
you need some friction to rub shoulders with some other
That's it.
people or
That's it.
or businesses or what have you.
For sure.
You know, corporations.
Yeah.
And it was just a matter of meeting the right person,
Mm-hmm.
talking to them, explaining to them what my idea and vision was
Yeah.
about the place.
Yes.
And within the week, I got the go ahead.
Come on.
You know, I even had kind of construction rights
Yeah.
to, you know, outfit it how I wanted and stuff like that.
love
So
it.
so they were very benevolent.
That's a good word.
must say.
Absolutely.
I must say, you know.
Absolutely.
That's what actually propelled us
Wow.
into what you experienced the other night.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't be doing the bonfire like we did the
For
other night.
sure.
We wouldn't, you know.
Yeah.
It would be on a lesser scale
For sure.
than that. It wouldn't be as, you know,
Yeah.
spiced up as you saw it. You know?
Absolutely.
So-
So remember, no man is an island, all right? When you're thinking about doing what you know or believe you were born to do, you can't do it by yourself. It is really okay to ask for help. This gentleman just kind of parlayed that for
Yes,
us.
yes, It's important, guys, to ask for help
Absolutely
where
it
you
is.
think you
Yeah.
do need the help.
Right.
You know, you could go to your banking institutions.
Yes.
You could go to credit unions and stuff like that. You know, check out their literature,
Yes.
see what they have to offer. There are various means and ways of funneling funds to yourself to try to accomplish
Absolutely.
what it is you think you want to.
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
not in the position to say which bank does what and,
I got
and what
you.
have you. I'm not
I
a
got
banker.
you. For
but
sure.
These options are out there for people.
Absolutely. Wow, Sky, I could just go really on and on about your accomplishments. I want to peel back the layers just a little bit. We see the end result. And you're going to even go higher and higher and wider and wider. That is what I believe. I believe you'll have a golden dove in every community that you want to have a golden dove
Okay,
in.
that's a nice idea. Nice idea. Yeah.
What I want to know, how does someone, you were born here or where were you?
I was born in St. Lucia. I am born in St.
Lucia.
Lucia.
All right,
Yes,
so you are
yes,
real St.
I'm a
Lucian.
St. Lucian.
Yeah. Now, you know the mindset. Sometimes as St. Lucians, and I've met some, and I'm considered one, yeah, man. Sometimes you don't always see what you need to see. Using your imagination is a far cry when you're literally trying to eat and trying to make it. What were the things that allowed you to move past where you were, okay, as a young boy growing up? What were the experiences, one, that you experienced, and then two, what was the fuel that propelled you forward?
Okay. Well, I personally, I grew up, I wouldn't say privileged, but fortunate, as my parents stayed together. So I had a different outlook in life. Big up to y'all, mom and pop.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
thank you,
big up
Mom
to
and
y'all.
Dad.
I love young. Okay, that kind of gave me a different outlook on life, and I was kind of galvanized. Okay, when I was a child. Growing up, you know, I went to San Souci School, RFC Boys School, St. Mary's College.
Yeah.
Y'all know me out there. Y'all know me, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Montec. Then I furthered my education going to Miami-Dade College
Oh, wow.
in Miami.
Okay.
You know, I was studying refrigeration and air conditioning.
Come on.
Okay, but obviously right now that's not what I'm partaking in or anything like that.
For
you know.
sure.
So that didn't turn out too
Yeah.
bright for me. You know, I had a child, Johannes. Big up yourself, son. I love you.
Oh.
Okay, he's 26 now.
Really?
Okay, yeah. I had him, so I didn't have to, you know, but I just was prompted to stop schooling
Gotcha.
and, you know,
I got you.
do what a man needs to do.
Come on,
out
talk
there
about
in the
it.
world. So
Yes, sir.
from then, I did construction, did
Uh-huh.
other jobs, hustling,
Uh-huh.
all kind of other stuff. And it just wasn't working out for me the way I wanted it to. So
I don't want to rush that right there
Yeah.
because that is a nugget for someone who's saying, you know what, my life is done. I've got this baby. I can't go forward. I got to abandon all ye hope.
Yeah.
So hold on to that. We're going to go to this and then we're going to come right back to get into this story. Be right back. We're here in one of my favorite places in the entire world. And, you know, it's not luck or chance, it's God divine that I came by and saw you. So would you tell everyone who you are?
I'm Marva.
Marva. And what do you do here in Ancillary, Marva?
I sell my pastries.
Oh my God, they look absolutely delicious. What are you selling?
I have different varieties stuff.
Okay, all right.
Sausage roll, custard, bacon cheese,
Uh-huh.
quiche,
Yeah,
saltfish dal, peas dal,
yeah.
floats,
What?
pizza, lasagna, fried fish.
And you do this every day?
Yes.
Wow, what are your hours of operation?
I get up from 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? So everything here is homemade
Yes,
every day?
by me alone.
Dear God in heaven, you hear this? So if people are coming through Ancillary and they're looking for quiche and fish, how can they find you?
Right here.
Yeah, where is right here?
French Street.
French Street? All right, very good. So come and look for Marva. Dr. Tongie sent you. Is that all right?
Yes.
I love you, man. Thank you for what you're doing. God bless you, bless you.
You too.
Thank you. This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're gonna do life together. And we are back. Thank you yet again for hanging out with your friend Tongie on Talk to Tongie and my dear friend Sky, who is literally telling us how to move from where he was, right, to where he is today. It's oftentimes we see the glory of what's going on, but we negate or sometimes mitigate the story. So, if you will, sir, you are in
Yes,
Miami. And you've taken some courses, and of course they're not the courses that kind of landed here
No,
today.
yeah.
Where were you in the scheme of, or the landscape of moving from Miami and returning back to St. Lucia?
Well, as soon as I found out I was going to have a child,
Yeah.
and my then girlfriend was pregnant, you know, I just felt differently, you know. I thought,
Wow.
wow, well, things kind of gonna move faster than I thought.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I didn't plan for that child. So let me just get back to St. Lucia where I know I'm comfortable and I can actually start earning money
Gotcha.
and a living, because I was not allowed to at the time in the United States.
Okay.
You know, I was still going to school on a student visa, so
Gotcha.
you know, I couldn't do that. So I just like, you know, stop all that, just get raw cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And start provide for my family, and that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You know, oftentimes people really do get stuck. Like, if it's not how they thought it was going to be, now
Yeah.
what? What do I do now? Your biggest motivating factor was your baby.
my biggest motivating factor was my child. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
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 That speaks volumes of who you are. You know that, right?
Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah.
Absolutely. Some of the struggles. Oftentimes we don't want to talk about them struggles,
Okay,
and
let's go.
I have had a thing or two in
Let's
struggling.
go.
But
Yeah.
what were some of the difficulties that you've had to overcome?
In terms of what? My child rearing or the business sector?
The business sector, that you know, because we think there's a balance, and we try to balance
okay.
family and
Okay.
business, but
Okay.
what does that look like for
Well,
you?
there's an institution in St. Lucia called the NCA, and they're in charge and responsible for vendors. All vendors in parks and beaches are under their auspices.
Okay.
Okay, and have to abide by all the rules and regulations that they put out there, so they can be subscribed to.
For sure.
Okay, so I'm one of these people. And one of the things that NCA stipulates is there should be no structural, no permanent structures on the beach. If you're going to be on the beach, you shouldn't have a permanent structure. You can have tents, so you can dismantle your tent and
Gotcha.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, so I was doing that for a couple of years, and so are many other vendors doing that. The government obviously has provided huts for some vendors,
Okay.
and they're very fortunate, but not all.
Okay.
So those of you vendors, you know what I'm talking about. Is there are many benefits, and very beneficial to having a hut than just under tents. Okay, running water and electricity are vital in terms of business and stuff like that, and also it propels you and your ideas into a different sphere altogether. Whereas
deal.
if you don't have electricity or water, you could have all the ideas you want, and you just
Sure.
subject to the elements.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you can
Absolutely.
pull off different things that you want to. Okay, so that was one hurdle, and thanks to Bay Gardens again for giving me that chance
Wow.
to get a hut right here,
For
that
sure.
we can, you know, expand ourselves and stuff like that, be established.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was basically the main hurdle. At the time I was doing it, it didn't seem like a burden. You know, it just seemed like, oh, okay, I'm doing work. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got that little chance to get the hut, that was a couple years after COVID. I saw a dramatic difference
Wow.
in our whole operation. It became easier.
Yeah.
You know, just, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I would advise all vendors, if you're able to get some form of hut that has the amenities in them, you know, go for it. You know, your business will be greatly improved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you heard that. You hear that, right? No matter where you are, continue the stead and do not abandon, all right? Because you are the example. You do know that, right? You are an example that so many others can follow. Your ability not to quit, your ability to get up and roll up your sleeves and just
right.
keep going, man. You should be commended for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
There's no other way, you know, you have to have the drive.
That's it.
You know, if you're already seeing a light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah.
that even should give you even more motivation and more drive
Absolutely.
to reach the proverbial light.
Yes.
You know, so There's no other way.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
I love that about
Yeah.
you, man. You're writing a book, right? You're doing a how-to, right? Wow. So you're here now. What do you want the Golden Dove experience to be for those who come and frequent your establishment?
Well, those who frequent our establishment already know what it's about.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? We have our music.
Yeah.
You can actually request whatever music you want played.
Yeah.
If you bring your people with you or your family or what have you.
Uh-huh.
You know, we serve, our menu is quite versatile.
Yeah.
We have fish, chicken, shrimp, rice, peas, burgers, fries, hot dogs,
Yeah.
salads, a huge variety of cocktails and drinks, you know, beers and all that kind of good stuff, juices. So yeah, you could make it a family event. We even cater for birthdays, anniversaries,
gosh,
weddings.
what?
Yeah, we've done that a few times already.
Oh my
you know.
gosh, I love that.
When we met you guys, we were catering for some people who wanted a bonfire, and you just
that
you
happened
happen to be
Come on now.
there at the time,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you be like, yeah, all right, let's
It
get
was
on
so
board.
much
and,
fun, too.
Yeah. So we have different events that
Wow.
we handle presently. Maybe in the near future, me and the team going to have some different ideas, so we can have some actual parties or
Oh my gosh.
bands come in or what have you.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
Yes,
Oh my
we're right here
gosh.
on the beach. You know,
Right here on the
view is
beach.
amazing. You know,
Yeah.
sun, sand, and sea.
Yeah.
You know, it works.
Did you ever think that this could be something that Sky could have? I mean, he could come to every day.
I didn't. I honestly didn't.
Oh
But here
my
we are
gosh,
now.
I know.
And I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it
Yeah.
every day. And to my team also. Give thanks to
Absolutely.
y'all. You all know yourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, without all them elements working together, there wouldn't be no Golden Dove. Honestly speaking.
Wow.
You know, it's just like if you have an airplane, yeah, it flies and stuff, but there are many parts amalgamated into one structure.
Yeah.
And all them parts are very vital for the flight, the safe
Absolutely.
flight of that structure.
Absolutely.
So is business, depending on what kind of business you're doing.
For sure.
You know, the business I'm in right now, which is, you know, doing food vending and drinks and stuff like that, catering. You know, I have a team that enables the whole thing to just work like
Yeah.
clockwork. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody seems to know what they're doing. Everybody
I
knows
love
what they're
that.
doing.
So it's woven together
Yes, sir.
nicely.
Yes,
It's
sir,
that
it is.
tapestry.
It is.
All right, here. There are times when you can't have or cannot locate those who will see your vision, who will be as hungry as you are, who's motivated to do what you do.
Okay.
Have you ever had an instance where it was just not a good fit for what you were parlaying with people? That is, have you ever had an instance where you just didn't have the right person on the team?
Well, yes, that happened once.
We say what?
That happened once. You know yourself, son. Okay.
Yeah.
It happened once, and that was that. I thought it was a good idea, but it wasn't. So we just leave it like that.
I got you.
You know,
I
yeah.
got you. But it didn't put that sour taste in your mouth that you couldn't move forward. Is that right?
It did at first, you know, because, you know, it kind of hurts. But then I got out of it. I grew to understand where all the negative vibes was coming from. And I just moved on. I most times try to see the good in people.
Yes.
That's how I build the team.
Absolutely.
That's how you have to build a team. There's no point in trying to side-eye somebody and you
Right.
still have them on the team. You have to have a certain level of trust
Yes.
in these people
Absolutely.
to see your vision, and they do see the vision. They see exactly what you're about. Okay. And another good thing about my team,
Yes.
we already friends before.
How
our
important
business.
is that friendship?
The friendship become much more important right now,
Wow.
and I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Amen.
You all know yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were friends already, but that's just my humble
For sure.
aspect of things.
Uh-huh.
My friendship kind of transcend the normal friendship we had already.
So important.
I have a different respect for all them and there right now there.
Wow.
In terms of business. I know, they say that it's not good to invite family
You
or
know, I was
friends
about
into
to say that.
business.
You know, that's an old adage,
That's-
right?
That's
that
the
people,
old thing, but,
right.
And that doesn't mean it's incorrect.
Yeah.
But in my situation presently, it is incorrect.
God.
My friends are actually working with me.
Wow.
And all men have the same vision.
Yeah.
If they have a different vision, they'll put it on the table.
Come on now.
And we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah.
How to move forward. But everybody still on the same path and same trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That speaks a whole lot. Seriously, it does, because I've not heard that before, that we are friends. That matters.
That matters to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's,
Good for
that's
you.
actually my first business. I never thought of try to hire anybody apart from my friend.
Wow.
That would just be, I don't know, it just
Yeah.
wouldn't work.
You wouldn't work.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nah.
What does Sky like to do when he's not here at Golden Dove and he's not parlaying the
Okay, well.
bonfires? And
Yeah, well, honestly, this is a very, it's very taxing on your energy.
Yes.
Even though we on the beach and
Yeah.
nice surroundings and
Yeah.
lush environments and what have you, a lot of people, different people rolling around. It's kind of taxing on your energy.
For sure.
So, most times I'm not here, I'm just resting, trying to prepare for the next day. I have to get all the stuff, the drinks, the foods ready for tomorrow. And I'm back at it. So I don't really have a rest
I
per
was about
se.
to say, yeah, man, you're like busy.
Per se, I don't really have rest. But I used to go out a lot.
Uh-huh.
Go out to bars, different restaurants with my friends. But now I don't even have time to do it
I
because
know.
the business kind of just take over
Yeah.
what it is, or the little time I had
Absolutely.
to do these things. Now
Yeah.
the business is actually paramount.
Absolutely.
in-
So the
in time.
sacrifice.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
sacrifices
A lot of things
that
have
you're
been
making.
a lot
Yeah,
of things have been on the back burner.
for sure.
Yeah, since we opened up.
Since you're open.
Yeah.
Well, I say
And
that.
it's a good thing too.
I was about to say, man,
Yeah,
that's
it's
not a
good,
bad
yeah,
thing, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Wow, I am so incredibly smitten by what you've been able to achieve. Your ability to say, you know what, I gotta go for what I know and for what I don't know, and you've done that. You're doing that. What advice would you give someone who says, I'm listening to you, Sky. I hear you. I'm gonna ask for help. I'm going to keep going, but I don't even know where to start or how to start. What would you say?
I would say number one, the Almighty is the first thing you
Come
should
on.
be thinking of.
Yeah.
Put God in everything you're doing. That's number one.
Amen.
Number two, yes, ask for help. Try to do it yourself if you can, if you're able to, if you have the finances and the wherewithal. Try to accomplish it yourself. You'll have a better feeling of accomplishment within yourself if you can. If not, still ask for help. You accomplish what it is that you envision. Whatever your vision is, you have to do your research around whatever subject area. Research is important. Okay. Details are important also. Little details that you might think you want to omit or what have you. They're important in terms of building a business and seeking information and help to start off a business. It just, like I told you, Dr. Tongie, it just so happened that for me it happened organically and it just unfolded like it was almost like it was handed to me. So I didn't go the route of what the normal
For sure.
person who is seeking to open a business has to go. Just for me, I'm just a fortunate guy.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks to Almighty, and that's how it is. But for anybody else, do your due diligence.
Yes.
Do your homework. Don't give up. finance is also an important factor in any business you're opening or not. You know, money is the key to most of what you're going to try to accomplish. That's why you're going into business, actually, to try to make money.
Come on now.
So, you know, don't be tricked into thinking, oh, it's not all about money and stuff like. It is about money. Business is about money.
Yes, it
so
is.
therefore, that's why one goes into business. So just keep your focus on what it is and go for it. And good luck to everybody. You know, give thanks.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I mean, am I in a master class or what? Those are tenets that you can. It's the truth, dude. Those are tenets that you could literally live by, and keys that you can operate every principle that you establish for yourself.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. The way that you're serving others with your time, your talent, and your gifts and skill sets. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact to know that there's someone who said, I am going to do it, and you're doing it. And you're doing it. You really are. I don't know if you pat yourself on the back.
I don't, you know, but you know, I appreciate it. You know, I kind of envision more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I feel like we just kind of starting out, and we just broken a little barrier.
Yeah.
We have some different ideas on the horizon.
Yes.
So look out for us, Golden Dove. Yeah.
You know you're plugging yourself there, dude.
Yes, and I appreciate that, Miss Dr. Tongie.
Absolutely.
Use the plug. Yes,
absolutely. Now, where and how can people stay engaged with you and see what you're doing and catch up on other bonfires that you may be getting?
Right now we only have Facebook. You can just go to our Facebook page, Golden Dove. Okay, you could just add yourself as a friend if you want, or you can see all our pictures, what the food looks like, what type of entertainment we provide. Sometimes we take lots of pictures over the years and time, so you can scroll through that, have an idea what goes on, you know. But we're located on the most popular beach in St. Lucia, Raidry Beach, right next to Bay Gardens Water Sports. So come on down, visit us anytime. You know, we have lots of drinks, food, and our prices are good also.
Yeah, they are.
There you go.
They are. Well, you heard it from the man himself. But I need you to stay tuned as we come to a close this evening. All right? Be right back. I'm here again in my happy place, and I'm with this amazing, beautiful woman of this amazing establishment. Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do here?
Okay, I am Accenture Smith, and I run a small bakery in the village of Ansley.
Oh my God, you should smell the bread, man.
And the name of our business is Smith Delight, because we want to bring pleasure to people when they eat our products.
You sure you haven't done this before? No. Why do you do what you do?
Okay, I do it because I love baking. It gives me pleasure. And when I do it and people enjoy it and they come back, I think that is what, I think I'm made to bake. Because I love to do it. No matter, even if I feel sick and I come here, by the time I start baking, everything just changes. I don't even feel pain when I bake.
I absolutely love it. Are you on any social media platforms? Facebook, Instagram?
None of them.
None of them? Okay, no worries. All right, so give us a number for someone who's like coming through and saying, you know what, I've got to have some of this bread.
Okay, our number is 723-6119.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, my
You're
lovely.
welcome.
This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're going to do life together. Oh, it's just something about being here, man. It makes me feel like I'm back home in Mississippi, and everybody made sure that everybody had what they need, you know? Instead of just, I got mine, you go get yours. It's family, it's community. I love ancillary, I do. This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're gonna do life together. And we are back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. I really, really am. But you already know that, right? I get excited when I literally get to listen, not so much talking, but listen to the stories of triumph. It is evident that anything you put your mind to, you put your hands to, you lift up in prayer, and then you become the work that you can do it. You really, really can. I liken the stories that I get to hear to testimonies of people who just decided, I want more from life. I'm going to start living my life right now, and it's not going to be predicated on what I see and what I don't have. Mr. Sky has been a living demonstration of just going about minding his own business, and then success drops in his lap. And he didn't quit, and neither should you. So Sky,
Yes, I.
all right now, what's on the horizon for you, sir? You've got this thing going, it's beautiful, you're established, you've got your friends that serve with you, the mission, all right? What next?
What next? We're looking to expand. In which way? I cannot say presently because
Gotcha.
you know that's under construction.
For sure.
And it's not solid as yet. To